Hello, good evening, it's me, Arizu Gaming. Hope you're all having a pleasant day. It is Tuesday, I'm at home, and it is very hot. Well, it was very hot. We have taken the top off the fish tank, and Whiskers is swimming around like a free noodle with an unobstructed view to all the games we're playing. We're back with Dyson Sphere Program today, and we're going to keep consuming hydrogen and hopefully making some green science. So let's load up again. Yes, it definitely feels like summer is actually here. Oh, that's nice. But yeah, I had a look, and the tank temperature was 26.5 this morning when I had the lid on, and then when I removed the lid and I put the fan on and everything, it's gone down to 23 degrees. So that's 3.5 degrees difference. It's pretty good. There we go. Game is coming in. Dyson Sphere Program. Don't worry. There you are. The Dyson Sphere. I don't show this very often. I usually skip past it. There's some very pretty menu screens for this game, though. Not new game. Right, so our Fractionators. We set these up on Thursday. And we had a design from an old save that we basically adapted. And what we're doing is we've got a belt of hydrogen coming through here, but we're also taking a belt of hydrogen, taking it out here, and this belt will just loop continuously. But the aim of this belt is to refill any of the hydrogen that's lost as it's turned into deuterium. Because for each of these fractionators, 1% of the hydrogen that goes in it turns into deuterium and gets put on this belt. And we have the splitters here so that the fractionator is always prioritized. So this loop stops, and then the deuterium is brought onto it by here. So the fractionators never stop running, and the hydrogen is immediately replaced by this belt, by the splitter here. And the result should be that we get a constant 360 per minute of deuterium. All of the hydrogen is being converted from hydrogen to deuterium by a row of 100 fractionators that runs across like over half the length of the planet up to the silicon bay. We just have them all running in series. We got a thing here as well. I need to copy the settings from this one over to the other one. There isn't a copy button though. It feels bad. But we should have a little notification fly up here if we aren't producing the target rate of deuterium. And this is also the first time I've actually used a traffic monitor in-game. So that's something. Also, we had a very annoying sinkhole here that we couldn't build in because we don't have... we're doing a foundationless run. So we had to skip over that. But for the most part, we were okay. These ones are flashing because they're still kind of getting up to speed. I'm not going to worry about this one. So this is the backup loop. So this will go down as they're replaced. If I set it to 1 second, this will show what the 1 second flow rate is. And that's just when the individual hydrogens are getting taken off by each fractionator that happens. Although, to be honest, I think it's just this one where... But anyways, enough rambling. I think this works, because we haven't seen the alert come up here for like half an hour last stream and 10 minutes this stream. So we're going to blueprint all of this. We're just going to go and copy paste the whole thing. Because I cannot be bothered to build this again. We have the unlimited blueprint technology, so I don't think this will be an issue. The only issue is going to be if there's another sinkhole. We might have to get creative. And I'll need to remove the belt above it as well. But we'll just copy it up to here. So save blueprint. Wow, that's 4,500 facilities we've got here. Not bad. So that can be... Give that the deuterium icon. Save changes. I'll go and remove the other ones. So now let's use tab to switch the anchor position so we can actually position it here. And then we can just put it right here. So the deuterium is about here. Let's put it here. That makes sense. And then the deuterium can just look over to this next thing. Oh, we didn't do it properly. That was an obstacle. Right, let's try again. Okay. Wielding this blueprint is causing a game to lag. That's a good sign. So now if we put that down, let's inspect the length of this and see what the obstacles are. If there's a sinkhole, it should become apparent. So that's where the conflict is, where the belt is. That's okay. Doesn't look like there's a conflict anywhere else. I'm not going to bother fixing this. We'll just leave it this length. And then there's me in the way. Okay. So just build all of that. What we'll do is we'll fly over and we'll build the bit where... Wow, you can see it wrapping around the whole planet. That's neat. We'll build this bit here where there's a flash. So I need to move this processor belt. Well, I shouldn't have to move it. I just need to temporarily deconstruct it. And then we can put the fractionator in here. Of course, we lack the item. Let's go grab a fractionator. We did save up a load of them over here, somewhere. That's really trippy when you can just see the blueprint wrapping around the whole planet to come meet you. Where is it? Here it is. Here we go. Yeah, come back down here. And then we'll stick this one here. We're going to need to pick up some more belts as well. Yeah, because they've all been assigned to all these different tasks. Oh, hold on. There's some belts. Yeah, there we go. I'm just going to build this before the drones will assign the belts to something else. Okay, let's just select these splitters and make sure they're prioritized correctly. The hitbox on these is kind of weird. Yeah, that's working correctly, and then this one is also set correctly. Okay, so it should just be a simple matter of actually just reconnecting this. Really? That's not connecting now? Connected before. With this one. How bizarre. Well, then I guess I'll go like this. I don't really mind too much. And then this belt here can get removed. There we go, that's fine. So now we just need to run the entire length of this and make sure they get everything built. And then we hook it up to the hydrogen storage, and then hopefully that works. Now, we have a lot of orbital gas collectors that are gathering all of the hydrogen for this, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough hydrogen. Because not only do we need to run 250 fractionators off of it, we also need to run, we need to make a load of Casimir Crystals. So that's going to be amusing. Yeah, this little thing up here is telling us how many of each resource we need to complete the blueprint. Which is quite handy. Yeah, we're going to be doing this for just a little while. Thankfully, we're getting resupplied in all the ingredients, or at least the belts, by the fidget spinners, so we don't have to go back and collect belts. Right, let's go grab some... That temporarily ran low. Oh no, it's because we built the traffic monitor, and that's copied the settings over. That's interesting. That's how that works. Right, let's grab some splitters. Where are the splitters? Here they are. They're hiding. Let's also put all of our hydrogen and deuterium away. Let's go store that somewhere. We have made ample storage room for all of this. Although possibly not enough storage for hydrogen. It depends how quickly this refills. There we go. Let's continue building all these fractionators. We've carved a nice swathe out of these mountains. Oh, I guess not really mountains. More like hills. And then once this is built, we'll need to copy 50 of these fractionators, so half of them, and stick another layer up top. And then there'll be 250. Yeah, we're trying to get there. This is as fast as purple science will let us build. Fidget spinners will continue to provide the belts. Yeah, there you go. Actually, yeah, here you go. We had some belts stored up. There you go, that should speed things up a little bit. Hopefully. God, this is going to be huge. And the funny thing is, we're probably going to make it even bigger. Like, once we've done the green science. We probably want deuterium for more things. So we'll probably just keep expanding this. Hey there, Far, how's it going? We have uncovered the fish tank because it was getting a bit too hot. I'm wearing a t-shirt, so that's a thing. Is the audio coming through alright? I should have tested it. But the tank seems a lot louder now that the lid is off. I imagine the noise suppression is stopping you from hearing the tank noise. It might occasionally show up when I'm talking. Audio's good, that's nice. We out of Tesla towers? We are out of Tesla towers. You know what, I'm just going to make some Tesla towers. We can make these. Then that means that NVIDIA Broadcast is working properly. Because it's quite loud in this room, and it's a nice soothing noise. But yeah, if I didn't have if I didn't have NVIDIA Broadcast on, you would hear it very loudly. It's sponsored by NVIDIA Broadcast. So what you've been up to today? I made another Oni meme video, so that's going to go up tomorrow at lunchtime, and then the Dyson Sphere Program VOD will go up the day after. Oh, this is taking an eternity. But we need green science to actually get faster drones, so you can't really go any faster than this. Playing Oni, I don't want to play hours straight because I keep switching to something else. Yeah. I'm glad the Puff Branch is getting finished. Once all those rooms are filled up, we'll start exploring space again. And I will just keep an eye on whether it works or not. Anyways, there we go. That's all hooked up. It's funny that it's quicker to fly to the other end of the machine like this than to follow it around the equator. Right, so the deuterium will go in here. That's the straightforward bit. Well, it should be the straightforward bit, except it's... Oh, it's incorporating. There we go. And then these are the two hydrogen belts. And then I need to hook that up here. So let's actually just make another storage here. That's going to clash with this belt. Okay. Can I move this belt over here? No. I have to move the storage then. It's fine. So we'll put another splitter here. That can be a normal splitter. And that can go in here. Can go up here. And then we need two exits. One here. And one here. There we go. And I guess you can go in here as well. That's fine. Probably don't need this here, but I thought I'd set this up as a loop anyways. We shouldn't need the rest of this right away. So perhaps what I'll do is bring this one down here, and then I can just recirculate. We make sure to prefer the inputs. And then we just need to get the hydrogen to this thing. So... put a load of tanks on here. I'm actually going to move this. I would move this one down, but it's obviously full of hydrogen, so we're not going to deconstruct that. Let's go grab a belt. So that's one belt of hydrogen. Let's just... yeah, we're not putting any more hydrogen fuel cells in here. Don't need those anymore, really. I don't want to litter them. I don't want to delete hydrogen fuel cells. That feels a bit silly. You're draining the magma ceiling on one of your moonlets trying to get grubfruit to mutate. Nice. Oh man, plant mutations make me sad. It's like, here's this thing that could be really interesting, except it happens so rarely that you just have to wait hundreds of cycles for it to do anything. And I can understand why, because otherwise it'd be really powerful, considering how early you can get large amounts of radiation. But yeah, it's slightly annoying. Right, let's just do this. That's fine. And then that hydrogen can just come around here. And then we'll just send it this way. Oh, that's an elevated belt. Oh, okay, that's convenient. Alright. So I guess what we'll do is... I do not mind deleting hydrogen. I guess what we'll do is we'll send it over these belts. You know, because that makes sense. And then I can go here. And I'm just doing this so that the hydrogen getting to each row of fractionators is independent. There we go. That needs to prefer this. There you go. And then... yeah, prefer going in there. That should be fine. That one needs to prefer going in there. It's okay. That's the wrong button. Right, so... it will take a while for this to get up to speed. Because at the moment, it's filling up the belt. So the hydrogen is getting taken off the line. They're getting very little deuterium out because it's not going through all the fractionators yet. But once the hydrogen does get to the other end, then this will all start to work. And we need to build a few more of these. Yeah, is that everything? Yeah, that's everything. Good. So now we can just build another 50 of these and send another belt over, and then that should be enough. And we'll know when it's working properly because we won't get this no fuel icon up here anymore. So let's copy 50 over. Now, as far as I can tell, there's no way for me to just... am I actually just going to have to count these? I think I'm going to have to just count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 40, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 15. There we go, I did the thing. Right. Use that. And then press tab. And then we just want to build that so that goes here. And then that's going to collide with the processors. That's fine. We just build that. And then it should actually be all of the fractionators, hopefully. We're gonna need some more splitters. Let's go grab those. And Tesla towers. There we go. Let's get these all built first, and then we'll go over to where that belt is crossing, and then we'll get that finished. But I'll tell you what, the color scheme of my room feels different when I don't have the lid on this tank. The room itself feels more green. And that must be because the light from the lamp is bouncing around the room differently and reflecting off all of the plants. But I kind of like it. We definitely need a way to add trees to this game. And we need a way to add fish while we're at it. Right, that's close enough. Let's finish off this belt. Not actually sure why that's not cooperating. But I don't really mind. Go. That in there. Can come out here. And then that can come out here. I'm annoyed. The curvature of the planet lets you put this belt here, originally, and then it doesn't allow it for some reason. That's okay. It's going to take a while for these to get running properly, which is why I've got this alert on here. Because when that alert goes away, we know it's running correctly, and I don't need to come back and fix anything. So once we've got the deuterium, we just need to put the deuterium in the particle containers, and that will get us the strange matter. So I think it makes sense to do that next. And then it's just making the plane filters, and then we'll have the green science. But the plane filters are not easy. And I don't think we're going to run out of power anytime soon on this planet, but we'll see, because these fractionators use about a quarter of the power of the equivalent amount of particle colliders, but we still need some particle colliders to make the final strange matter at the end. And they use a lot of power. Right, so then I actually just need to take the finishing detail up here. But let's have a look at that quickly. That was not the right way. So I keep the splitter there, and then I just move that belt back around. Okay, that's very straightforward. So all I need to do is actually just delete this. Then hook this up directly. Then remove that. And then we just need to go plug it in. So now we just need another belt of hydrogen. We're really making use of all these slots. It's fine. We'll have to use one of these back slots, which means I'll need to move this a little bit. Maybe. Oh, that's the wrong way. That's funny. But and then we'll just send this over the top of one of the other hydrogen belts. Maybe. Yeah, so this one can just come like this. Doesn't like the blue belt. Yeah, well, let's do this then. Doesn't like this thing either. You know what? Let's try again. There we go. This quantity of moving stuff would lag only. Yes, it's almost as if this game has really good performance management. I mean, to be fair, Oni has... I mean, this game, the maths behind the performance is like... This game is like a very wide puddle. And I say that in a really good way. Like there's a lot of fun to be had. And it's like... It's just like... You're not going to struggle to survive. You can figure out what to do. But, like... The scale is very impressive. The scale is really the obstacle, not the complexity, if that makes sense. Well, I say complexity. I mean, look at all these buttons. This all makes sense to me. I'm definitely doing some things I should be doing with these belts. Stop that here for now. And this is all because I'm trying to do this with yellow belts as well. Like we could reasonably use some tools to make it so we don't have to use yellow belts everywhere, but I'm kind of enjoying the unofficial yellow belt challenge. Right, so this one can actually go over the traffic monitors. This is interesting. Right, there we go. It's not gonna look awful. Wow, that actually goes through the traffic monitor? That does look awful. I love it. Right. Then this belt can just come down here. Get rid of those hydrogens. Doesn't need to look pretty, it just needs to work. Right, there we go. More deuterium. It definitely is some. Right, hydrogen. So we need a splitter here. That needs to feed in like this. Then this needs to feed in like this. You don't like that it goes down? Just like making a ribbon, I'd prefer the belts just have different elevations, as in stay in that elevation. Yeah. There's definitely a way to do this where you don't need to crisscross belts over each other. But we are doing that. So then the last thing I need is for hydrogen to come out here. Then send this up here. Yes. And then that should all start working, provided that we prioritize from that. Yep, that's correct. We need to make sure that's prioritizing from this. We need to feed this in here as well. Prioritize that. So the result is none of these three belts should be held up, and all of the deuterium should be getting recirculated among all of these storages here. And then these are the hydrogen storages. And the quantity of hydrogen is decreasing, which suggests to me that we need more hydrogen production. So we're bringing this all in from space. I don't think there's any hydrogen production going on here, because there's no oil here. I think what we're going to do is we're going to set deuterium. Yeah, set deuterium as priority 1. Have a look at that. 1 minute production across the entire star cluster. We'll keep an eye on this figure, because eventually this should hit 900. That's the aim. But it will take a while for this to spin up. Hey, silly device, how you doing? We built all the fractionators. Here you go. There's 250 of them. They're wrapping around the planet. And we can actually expand this system to 500 without any issues, I think. But we're not going to do that. What we are going to do is we're going to see if we can make any more gas giant collectors and keep getting those working. So, do we have one at the moment? We actually have 3 orbital collectors at the moment. Can we make any more? No, let's just go plonk these 3 down. Let's go and explore. Avril Lavigne. Let me harvest your gas. Don't clip that. Right. Here we go. So then, once we get here, we can count up how much hydrogen we have coming from this, which is not going to be a lot, because it's going to be mostly fire ice. What I should be doing... What I'm going to do, I think the plan is the hydrogen that comes from this is going to go straight into deuterium production. And then the fire ice, we're going to refine that into graphene and hydrogen. And the fire ice hydrogen will go into the Casimir Crystals. Hey Jess Jack, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. We are playing Dyson Sphere Program. Silly device named all the stars and planets after various singers. So we're on the ice giant Avril Lavigne, and we are putting some orbital collectors down to grab a load of gas. You can only put these on the equator, and I'm going to put them in the sunny bits. So we're going to go fly past all of these. There's Celine Dion in the distance. Let me sit down. Game. Okay, let me sit down. Wait. We have lost control of our pilot. Links allowed. They're not at the moment. What do you want to show? Dude, just let me land on the planet. What am I doing wrong? I'm gonna land, dude. Let me land. Alright, there we go. You'll post it in a Discord. Okay, fair enough. Right. Our plan to build these in the sunlight didn't work, so we're just gonna build them. It turns out the gas giant actually rotates quite quickly, so that was kind of pointless. Right, let's build these. We just had these stored in our back pocket. There you go. Right, so each of these, with our level of vanes utilization, each of these is producing 82 hydrogen per minute. So at the moment, our orbital collectors, now we have 9 of them, are generating about 730 per minute. We need 900 per minute for the fractionators. And we have some hydrogen coming from other planets, some excess hydrogen. So that should be enough to run all of that. But then you can see the fire ice. We're going to end up with 1,800 fire ice per minute, which we're hardly doing anything with. So we'll build a load of fire ice, chemical plants to get the hydrogen from this fire ice. We use that to make all the Casimir Crystals, but we're going to do that later. And then we're going to have all the logistics vessels coming to and fro from these to just grab all the gases. Okay. So, the next thing to do, let me look at my chart. The next thing to do is actually making the strange matter. So we need 12 miniature particle colliders. How do we make those? We need titanium alloy frame material. That's going to be annoying. We need to make frame material, which requires nanotubes. So let's go grab some nanotubes. I believe we have a nanotube factory here, so I don't know why I set the indicator. Go grab some nanotube. I think we're just going to hand make the frame material for these miniature particle colliders. We have two whistles. Yeah, all the gas giants are coming in ley lines, exactly. So this is the planet where we started, but it's mostly just used for making oil and oil-related products now. Yes, nanotubes. I have those being made somewhere, and I can't really remember where. Let's go search aimlessly for a minute. Probably near an ILS, statistically speaking. Right? Control F. Is that thing in this game? No. Lie. Let's actually just zoom out. So we have titanium glass, titanium crystals. Maybe I didn't make nanotubes here. What do we need nanotubes for? We need it for particle broadband. Oh, we have it on the desert planet. We were importing it to the desert planet. We'll grab it from there. Alt F4. Yes, definitely that one. Yes, good job. I'm hoping that the logistics vessels we have will land fast enough on the desert planet to move all of that hydrogen. If not, then we might need to build another ILS. Well, we needed to place those collectors anyway, so it wasn't a wasted trip. Yeah, how are you doing, Jess Jack? How is your work going? I don't remember where on Earth I would have put the nanotubes. It would definitely be here somewhere because we're making the blue proliferator. So, are we just importing these? This belt is full of nanotubes. I don't know where exactly they come from, but we're just going to grab them off the belt. Actually, hold on. Let's just follow the belt back to its source. Ah, here's the source. Some chemical factories. Right, I guess we'll just keep grabbing it off the belt then. How many of these nanotubes is it going to take to make a single collider? Let's see. It's going to take 80 nanotubes per collider. Okay. Yeah, this is why I don't like making these. So we'll need another 880 nanotubes. You know what? Stick that here. Okay, smart Alec. You can fill up to that level. And then we'll come back and collect those and make all the particle colliders. And then what we need is we need to get the particle containers with the deuterium and some iron ingots. And each collider is going to take 75 deuterium per minute. So we'll build the first one and then we'll decide how we're going to lay it out. So the deuterium is all going to end up in here. I'm quite tempted to just stick the colliders over here. Maybe. How big are these again? They are quite big. I don't think I could reasonably fit 12 of them in that space. We've actually got some iron plates down here. We do need iron plates. We are running low. We are running very low on iron on this planet, though. I'm not convinced we're going to have full throughput here anymore. 5, 6. I think it's just a small vein. There's the rest of the iron. I think we're eventually going to have to import iron here. That's going to be annoying. Well, we only need one more mining machine. Can we sneak that on here? I kind of doubt it. Oh, hold on. We had a fit. Yeah, there we go. Ooh. And then we can take this Tesla tower and put that here. And then we can make another 3 of these. Why don't I stick them like this? I'm not sure what the logic was behind that. Anyways. We'll take those 3, we'll put them here. This belt can just go like this, I guess. And then that can come out here. So then this iron needs to be combined with the particle containers, which are on the other planet, because we definitely don't have room to manufacture them here. Right, so we're going to need to import particle containers. We do have another ILS here, that's fine. I at least thought of that. How many nanotubes to make a tube? Yes, very good. Right, particle containers, remote demand. This iron will satisfy the machines. It's a pretty funny quote outside of context. Makes it sound like we're going to get invaded by robots. Give me a second. Right. That was not quite enough storage. No. And then we need to take... Why did I grab so many storages? That was not a good idea, was it? Put the gears in there. And then we can make some more of these dies. Need more titanium alloy. We have that. That's fine. And we need more graphene. I keep getting graphite and graphene mixed up verbally. I mean, eventually we're going to import iron as well, so I might as well just build these over here. But we are going to put these machines here because this is where we're going to be generating enough power. So let's see. This is going to make strange matter. So the deuterium is all going to run past here. What I'll do is... I'll move this belt, bring it over here. Yeah. And then that can come this way. Yeah, I guess that works. And then that can come back down here. Multiply. Yeah, and then we'll lead that round like this. Lead it back down again. And then this belt will come over here. That's fine. So let's see, where is this going to end up? So we need to space these far enough apart that we can actually stick some extra belts in. Like that. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, now that I think about it, we're gonna want 3 rows of 3, aren't we? Yeah, let's do that. So I'll just make a 3x3 block over here or something. That was the wrong button. So let's see, deuterium is the main one. So what I'll do is put that here. Ah, there's a big sinkhole. Okay. Noted. I'll put it here instead. So there's 3 particle colliders. And the deuterium will come this way. Keep that in here. Set these to strange matter. And then there's room for a belt in each of these, so we'll do these like the oil refineries. So I'll do something more specific with these belts later. But this is how we're going to lay them out. How's the rest of the things going? Made another one. Need another 5. Let's go grab some graphene. Are we importing any graphene? We are, but we're not receiving any. Let's go over to the ice planet and grab some graphene. This matter is about to become very strange. I hope you're coming up with some names for these other star systems. We're going to get there fairly soon. Right, we have a big storage bin full of graphene here. It's being used to slowly make all of these particle containers, which we are refilling ourselves with. And that belt will need to go to this ILS. So let's do that first. I think we'll literally just go around like this. The belt full of processors there that we'll use at some point. This fire ice vein will probably be used at some point, so let's actually raise this up one, send it this way, then we'll bring it back down over here. There we go. And this could be set to particle containers, remote supply. Cool. And then we can just grab a load of graphene. Make another 2 of these. Then we need more stuff. We need more nanotubes, we need more titanium alloy. Let's go back to the desert. Actually, hold on. Let's grab a little bit more graphene first. Man, there's so much stuff on this planet now. I'm not used to there being so much stuff on this planet. Let's go. But yeah, these particle colliders use so much power, I don't really want to run them on the ice planet. Man, I'm running out of fluids. In real life. I'm going to have to go get another drink. Somewhat soon. Yeah. These do not seem to be running at full speed. They're running at about half speed. They're not getting enough hydrogen. Get rid of this deuterium, you don't need that. Yeah, we need more titanium alloy. So we're bringing that in from here, aren't we? Yeah, we are. It's fine. Grab a little chunk of it. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that. I think it's actually enough. Yeah, that should be all the colliders. No, we need 12. Why did I do the maths with 3? We need 12. So we need more nanotubes. That should be enough. So we can build rows of 4 running off of the deuterium. And we'll do it like this. And then we'll need to stick the next deuterium line in here. So that can come up and over? Yeah, like that. That'll do. And then we can do the same over here. Except don't end the line there, like a silly person. Yep, and then that can come down like this. And that should be the last line of that. And then we need the strange matter to come out of one of these as well. Ah, okay. So what I might need to do is I might need to move this all up one. Yeah, so let's remove these. What I'll need to do is I need to move this right, you know what to do. Delete. That is a lot of nuclear fuel, so we're not going to litter with that. So that bridge will go like this. So that will come down here. Remove that. And then I need to move this slightly. So rotate this. That, yeah, those will go there as before. And then the difference is the strange matter will come out on this line. So I'll just send that. I'll send that the same way. And what I'll do, aha. What I'll do is I'll move that here. Oh, and then this one needs to go over there. Right, okay. I'm tripping up over my belts again. Let's just fill these. So we can get rid of all the deuterium. Yep. Okay. That's all of that. And then... Right, I'm going to remove these bits. So this needs to go around like this. Then that needs to go around like that. That's okay. Then we put this here. Need one more. We're making the last one right now, that's fine. So then that needs to go here. And then this needs to go like this. Okay. That's fine. And then we flip this whole belt. That goes here. And then we just need the iron and the particle containers to feed in here along these lines. So we'll redraw these because I think that'll be quicker. We can feed them on alternating lines. And we also need to fit Tesla Towers in here somewhere. Surely there is a spot where we can fit Tesla Tower. Yeah, we'll be able to fit them somewhere, maybe. Oh god. Maybe we'll just bite the bullet and put a satellite substation here. That is annoying me. So that can go like this. And then that can go like that. No, it doesn't like that the two things are crossing so close to each other. That works. That's a little bit cursed, but that would work. These inner ones should be easier. And then I need to do something over here again. There you go. Right, that should be fine. And then we need to actually power all of this. So, unfortunately, it looks like there's a gap to put a Tesla Tower here, but the game doesn't believe there is. So, what we'll do is we'll actually make, because we made some of this, we've got all the stuff for frame material, I'm just going to make a satellite substation or two. We haven't actually made these yet. These are great for cases where you don't want to squeeze a Tesla Tower in. They do use some power themselves to run, but it's not too much. And they have a massive transmission range. So what we'll do is we'll just stick one here. Where will I stick these? There you go. They look like little balloons. I produce a strange matter. This kind of matter can warp the space around it, which is incredible. Perhaps it's what we've been looking for. Perhaps you're right, game. Yeah, they look like little balloons, but they're actually satellites. Those will provide all the transmission range we need. So then what we need to do is we need to hook up the belts. So these ones can go first. Oh, I've now realized the mistake. We didn't need to make this belt loop around at all. There should be 3 separate belts for the deuterium. Right. So what we should do is we should actually terminate that there. Collect that. And then yeah, now we just need to grab some extra belts of deuterium, and that will be fairly straightforward because what we'll do is we'll grab them from we'll grab them from these things. Now, how close can I get this? Not very. Well, I could pull a belt out of here. So I'm just going to raise this up. Then we'll get that over here. And then we need one more belt that can come out of here. Okay. I'm not totally convinced. Not all these storages are filling up. Some of them are just transferring material. And these still don't appear to have spun up properly, but I think that's just because they're still acquiring more hydrogen. I think that's the case. Right, okay. Let's rethink this a little bit. So instead of going like that, what I'll do is I'll just send this straight over. I'll pick this all up in a minute. Then that can go straight over as well. And same for this one. Hey Canadian Black Wolf, how's it going? We're doing alright. We just set up 250 fractionators And now we're trying to refine all of the deuterium into strange matter. But yes, we're just waiting for all the fractionators to spin up. It's going to take a while for all the hydrogen to actually fully churn through these. Then eventually they'll get to the max flow rate we want. So now we need 3 different belts of this. A green hydrogen. So I think what I'll do is I'll just send this all over here. We'll get these all to meet up over here. 1, 2, 3. One, 2, 3. I can just go like that. And I'll have to move this a little bit, I think. Oh, no, we won't. This is fine. Yeah, we will need to move that. Okay. It's fine. Oh, wait. Belt foo. Right, I can go there. Oh, then we can do this over the chemical plants like this, but it won't get past the Tesla towers. We'll move these down one, that's fine. Yes, we're aiming to get to green science. I'm still not sure what's going to happen today. I originally thought it was going to be 2 streams, but it's looking like it's going to be 4 streams now, because this is stream number 3 of trying to do green science. There's just a lot of stuff to do. Right, there's our 3 belts of this. So then, let's... So then, I think I'll just take them down here. Whatever. This doesn't have to be neat, it just has to work. And then that one... It's not quite right. Go down here. And then that can go down here. That should all hook up. I think I need to sort out that 3rd belt because it doesn't look like it's going to get any deuterium. Get rid of this random floating belt here, that's fine. You know what I'm going to do because this is actually annoying me. I'm going to extend these like this. And then they can all go down at the actual same level. There we go. And I'm not triggered. Right. That is that. Let's grab the rest of the deuterium. Put that in here. And then, yeah, we need to change where some of these belts are coming from, because that one's getting deuterium. That one's getting deuterium. That one's not getting deuterium. This is all flowing through here at the moment. This doesn't quite work as a splitter, so let's actually just take this off here. I'll just have it come out here. It's fine. Yeah, prioritize this one. Have we got much of a Dyson Sphere going on? No, not yet. We're still in our starting system. So the plan is there's a red giant here that we want to make a Dyson Sphere around for the achievement. But I'm probably going to move stuff over here once we get space warpers, because there's a larger amount of overall resources here. And then once we go and we'll build a Dyson Sphere here somewhere to get antimatter and get the white science going. Then we'll get loads of vein utilization, and then we'll come back here and we'll make the Dyson Sphere around this giant. So that's the plan. Yeah, we're just prepping. We're just getting green science. Right, so that's 3 belts of deuterium. So we have the iron here, so that needs to go around here. So we'll just send this down here, that's fine. That needs to come on a few of these different belts. You know what, let's actually reverse this. Just gonna send this in. I always get before white, then get bored, but I really want to finish it. Yeah, I got to white once. BFR finding out the only rule. We're getting cut by hydrogen all the time. Yeah, that seems likely. I think we're about to run out of hydrogen. Right, let's put some splitters on here. And then... Normally I try and snake the belt, so I'm not going to bother with that today. I'm just going to use splitters, you know, because they're actually in this game and they're really good. And I should stop forgetting about them. So that should be enough iron for all of these. So that can go in like that. So we're not consuming any of that yet. You regret not focusing on building a load of orbital collectors. We have 9 so far, but they're all around a fire, an ice giant. So we're kind of gonna need to process a lot of fire ice. Oh, that's the wrong way. Well, I guess it's not. We'll do this eventually. Then we'll do the same over here. Probably shorten these belts a little bit. I feel like there's probably a neater way of doing this that I haven't quite figured out. So then the particle collectors will come down here. Particle collectors will come off of this thing, which has actually been filling up, so that's good. So that will go in here. Take that out of this port. And then that can go around the purple science. And I guess we'll just bring the belt around this way, just in case we decide to use this space for building anything else. And then that can come over here. And I think what I want to do is I want to move these inwards a little bit. How far can I move these in? That far. Okay. So then... I'm going to do something similar with that iron belt. So that one will actually go up here after all. And then I'll send that down here. And that can go like this. And then I'll put some splitters here. Although, actually, I don't need a splitter here. I'll just go like this. And then that's all the particle colliders, and then all the strange matter should come out of this end. I did snake this one. Yeah, there we go. Strange matter. It's in a black box. Or it's got a black logo. So, we got strange matter. What do we use this for? Well, you can use it to make Graviton Lenses, and you can use it to make quantum chemical plants, which we're not going to do yet. But you're mainly going to be using these to make Graviton Lenses. And you can make Space Warpers directly from Graviton Lenses. So we can get our first lot of Space Warpers doing this. But we're going to convert them into green science because you can make 8 times the amount of Space Warpers from green science instead. But yeah, now we just need to combine these with diamonds. So how many diamonds do we need? We need a full belt of diamonds, which is a full belt of graphite, which is 120 coal. Do we have coal on this planet? We do have coal on this planet. Let's make the diamonds here. Oh yeah, it's right here. Ooh. That's fine. That's all for a proliferator. I'll just take this vein instead and use up the diamonds. So we need 720. That'll do. We'll tighten up later if we need to. Go there, and then this will be one full belt hole. That will be another. How wonky it is. And then we've got this big sinkhole here, so we're not going to do anything with that. We'll make the... Let's see. What do we do next? We'll make 12 smelters for diamond, 12 smelters for graphite. We've done a minimal resource playthrough. No, I haven't yet. I haven't dared. Let's see. Then we can take this a bit further down here. And that's 12 there, 12 here. It seems like a lot of smelters. I guess this is a full belt of diamonds. And then this one will go over here. And feed this 6. And then this one will go over here. Feed the 6. Probably did not need to space these out this far. Oh well. Then that can all come out here. And then each of these will refine one graphite into one diamond, so that's fine. Then we just need assembly machines. How many of those do we need? We need 12 assembly machines. Ooh. So I guess we'll just put those back here. That seems fine. Not quite right. Not that we need that one anyways. I'm just putting it there for the sake of it. I like squares. What can I say? And then over here, I guess I'll put one. Yeah. It's so ugly. There we go. We'll do that instead. Whatever. And then assembly machines. These can go here. 12 of these. And then what we'll do is we'll send the diamonds down here. On lens. Need to hook these up. Go like that. Then this can just go here. And then the strange matter can just come off this one. And that can just come out here. We're just starting to get some occasional lag spikes. It's fine. So then that's going to make all the Graviton Lenses, and then we'll need to send those somewhere probably. So those can go. Those can go in a box. There you go. And I believe that is 360 Graviton Lenses. No? Hold on. Oh yeah, that's 90. Yeah, we only need 90. Right, that's fine. 90 per minute. Those can come out here. And then load them up here. There we go, Graviton Lenses. This little green pebble is half of green science, and we can use it to make space warpers. Should I actually get some preliminary space warper production set up? I think I will. Maybe. So that's 90 per minute, so you need 15 assembly machines running. No, hold on. Let's do the maths. If we were hypothetically going to make them just from Graviton Lenses, let's just make one assembly machine, because we're not going to mass produce the Space Warpers this way because it's inefficient. But I want to make some just because, really. And I'm just going to fill that just because. Space Warpers. So that's going to make 4.5 Space Warpers per minute. So you need 20 of these to actually run at full speed. Wow. Well, I don't think I'm going to bother with that, but we are going to fill up a little storage bin. We'll do it like this. And we'll just put a stack of Space Warpers in here, in case we feel like going traveling. Yay, we did it! Space Warpers! Now we can warp space. Actually, we can't warp... We can warp space, can't we? Oh. Yeah, we've unlocked Mecha Warp. We have all of the text required for it. So... we could go and have a brief trip. Yeah, there's a big tech tree. I mean, this is only one of 2 tech trees. These are the upgrades for your mech and your drones, and then this is the actual technology in the game. So we've done all of this, and then there's all the green science and antimatter technologies for actually making the Dyson Sphere. But we've unlocked most of the stuff in the game. But you know what? Let's go and warp. Just to assert our dominance over space. So let's go. Where should we go? We go have a look at the black hole. I don't think I'm going to do anything at the black hole for a while. Let's do that. I think we may need to stop halfway at this star here. I don't think we can warp all the way to the black hole. Yeah, we've got plenty of fuel. Let's go. Let's go have a trip. We'll go out into space. We won't speed all the way up because we want to have a full fuel bar for warping. Some music would be nice. Okay, there you go. So we have deuterium fuel rods. We have some hydrogen fuel rods as well, but you don't want to be going into space warping on hydrogen fuel rods. Yeah, to warp, you press caps lock. And at the moment, you'll see us going at 500 meters per second. We'll get to this star in about 8.5 hours. So that's some prime content right there. But let's warp instead. So 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So now we're going to get there in 30 seconds. But it does use a lot of energy, and we can only recharge it so fast. So we are limited in how far we can warp with one warper based on our core energy. Yeah, we did it! We got into space. Or rather, we got into outer space. Well, let's see what's in this star system. There's lots of planets. Just go to this outer one for now. What's closest? Yay! You have warped 6.23 light years from the Mia Khalifa system. Nice. All right, so we're on a tundra planet here. Tundra planets are quite cool. They have a very high wind ratio compared to ice planets. And they have a little bit of every resource as well. This one has some fire ice and a large kimberlite ore deposit. Kimberlite is good for making massive amounts of diamond. Yeah. Let's see, this is a B-type star. So it's quite a bit bigger and brighter and hotter than our star in our home system. So better for building a Dyson Sphere around. It's about 1.5 times as luminous. And then, because it's so big, there's lots of planets orbiting it. So we got a gas giant that's orbiting on its side. And we got a volcanic ash satellite. Ooh, that's interesting. So this is where you can get sulfuric acid oceans. Cool. And then we got a barren desert. So this is a planet that has an absolute ton of stone on it, but no atmosphere, so there's no wind power at all. And then we have an ice field, which is a pretty unremarkable ice planet, except the fact that it does have some water oceans. And then we have an ashen Jellisol, which is... These are usually pretty unremarkable. Low energy, somewhat high resource values, but I don't tend to prioritize them. And then we're on the Tundra planet. Yeah, just stretching the wings out. So let us actually plunk down a tower. Let's go plunk down a tower on the pole to assert our dominance on this planet. Then we'll stick some wind turbines here. Is there even any wind power here? Oh yeah, there is, because this is a tundra planet. That's nice. We didn't bring any wind turbines. Oh no, we did. Here we go. Stick them a bit further away. There we go. And now we're refueling our mech. Right, that'll do. So we'll leave this stuff here. It's our crown. And then we'll go walk to the black hole, which is here. And believe it or not, you can't really see it from the sky. We'll just get out of the atmosphere. Then we can warp again. So the black hole's pretty interesting because there's a rare resource there that you can't get anywhere else, apart from the neutron star. That's where we're going to get most of this when we actually start doing all this stuff. But I just wanted to show you the black hole because we're probably not going to come back to it for a long time. Yeah, there's the planet orbiting the black hole. You can see the accretion disk over there. Yeah. There we go. Ta-da. So we are on a icefield Jellisol planet. Ooh, they've changed the artwork for these since I last played these games. They look different now. But yeah, we're on the black hole planet. And it's very pretty. Look, a nail. Excellent. With no fuel icon as well. Nice. So yeah, this planet orbits very quickly around the black hole star. And you'll see that we have a little deposit. We have loads of fire ice here. And we also have a little deposit of unipolar magnets. So, where are they? They're here. And you can't find these anywhere else. So, this is a really small deposit. Well, not a really small deposit, but it's small enough that we don't want to do anything with it yet. We're going to grab the bigger deposit that's on the neutron star. And then we'll get loads of vein utilization, and we'll come back to this. But yeah, let's grab a magnet. It has a Pyrochlor crystal lattice from which magnetic monopoles can be separated under a magnetic field. All floating away from this little cluster thing. Yeah. So you have a recipe for making particle containers where instead of using turbines, you just use the unipolar magnets instead. It takes a lot of magnets, but it's obviously... It doesn't require that giant factory we made for turbines that we made to get our particle containers. So eventually, like once you've got your vein utilization up and you can mine large amounts of these without worrying about running out, you could just replace the turbines with unipolar magnets. It's quite good. Yeah, let's go set up a little charging station. Pole. Yeah, here we go. Hiding from us. Yeah, this planet's quite an oblique orbit. Usually what happens is you'll go on the pole and the black hole will just orbit the pole and you'll see it like really clearly. But this planet is like 40 degrees oblique, so we're not getting that. Let's go on the pole with the daylight on it. But it's very pretty. We can go fly up to it actually. Yeah, let's go do that in a minute. A couple of these here. We do have some wind power here. So let's stick this here. That's fine. Very dramatic music. Yeah, let's go fly around the black hole. You can get really close to these things. Yeah, they haven't added damage or durability in this game yet, so you can just go right up to this black hole and it's not going to cause you any issues. As it lurches ominously towards us. Yeah, the accretion disk actually generates a somewhat decent amount of light, so you can build a Dyson Sphere around this as well. We'll have a look at that in a minute. But you can see we're accelerating quite a lot as we pull up to it. Yeah. We're in the accretion disk. No problems to be had. And then if we pull right up to this, the effects get quite distorted. Don't try this at home. Yeah, look at that. It's trippy. That's enough of that. Let's get out of here. You know, just casually accelerating away from a black hole while you're in the accretion disk. Very, very realistic. But yeah, the effects on the neutron star are really cool as well. So goodbye to the black hole. I used a screenshot of us on the planet as a thumbnail, because we have a lot of dark thumbnails already. But yeah, if we go in the... We actually have a look at this. So the luminosity is really low. It's 0.17 times the normal stellar luminosity, so you wouldn't want to put a Dyson Sphere around this. You could technically, but there's no point, because it's not going to generate much power. I mean, it would look cool, but that's about it. The neutron star generates a lot more light. Yeah, it's actually decelerating us quite a bit as well because the mass is quite high. Yeah, the mass is 50 times the stellar mass of our home system. So we'll go back to the planet, we'll recharge our batteries, and then we'll go walk back home. And then, I'm not sure what else we're going to do today. Probably start doing Casimir Crystal related things. Yeah, here we are. So probably need to set up a few more wind turbines here to charge quickly. But yeah, because of the nuclear fuel rods, we have plenty of fuel for making this trip, so that's fine. Yeah, we're orbiting the, we're rotating every 180 seconds, and we're orbiting the black hole every 3,000 seconds. Can't really see it standing still, though. There. Come down. Let me look at you. Oh, we're charging up off this thing. Look at this tiny little cloud here as well. Clouds here are kind of whack. Ah, there we go. Now that's a thumbnail. Right, we're almost charged. There's no point building more towers because these wind turbines are already overloaded. Build more turbines, I guess, but... we're already making a mess of this nice, pristine planet. There we go. But yeah, the constant day-night is kind of annoying if you're actually building stuff here. But because the planet is so oblique, the effect isn't quite so bad. When you've got zero obliqueness, it turns to day-night so quickly, it's just annoying. Like, if I go to the equator, it's way worse. Like, let's see how quickly the horizon passes over here. Yeah, you can see how quickly it changes over here. I've been on black hole planets where it's much faster though. Okay, enough of this. Let's go home. So again, we'll go to a different star fair this time. We can go to this A-type star instead. Is that close enough? Yeah, let's go there instead. Explore a different system. See what's here with this little red dwarf. I was going to go do my blinds, but we'll probably run out of time by the time I get back from finish the walk. I wonder what interesting stuff is on this system. Well, there's anything interesting. I think I still am going to jump ship to that big group with the neutron star. But if we see anything really interesting, that might change. Well, this star has one planet around it, so it's not looking too promising. Ooh! Hold the phone. No, the oil planet. Look at this lush green planet. This is ripe for oil harvesting. I feel like this is quite rare. It's a K-type star, so it's not very big. And there's one planet, and it's a habitable planet. I feel like that doesn't happen very often. Ross. Alright, I'm going to do the blind scan. This planet is way better than our starting world, because, like, look, if we... I mean, first of all, the water isn't as bad. There's less water overall, more space for building things. Secondly, there's titanium and silicon here. Thirdly, the wind energy is better. And fourthly, there's actual veins full of organic crystals. Let's go grab one of those. Where are they? Being daft. There's one vein, it's over there. Yeah, here we go. Organic crystals. We can just pluck these straight out of the ground. Instead of making them with plastic and oil. Pretty handy. I mean, that's somewhat interesting. I'll set this to always show the label. And then we'll head back to our main star. Yeah, let's put a couple of wind turbines here. That will do. Yeah, we can go find other planets now. But we're gonna get the green science going first, and then we'll do all the... Then we'll actually relocate properly. Right, let's go. Yeah, you gotta watch out for the Americans. They'll show up and harvest all the oil. Last time I checked, most of the people who watch this stream are actually from the US, I think. Then again, I haven't checked it recently, but I think that was the case for a while. Which planet are we actually going to go back to? I guess the desert planet. It looks like we're not getting fully fueled for the Fractionators. So let's investigate that. Who named this? Yeah, I wonder which silly device named this. So what's going on with these? What is the actual flow rate? We're getting... Okay, let's see. This is set to 1 second. It looks like... Oh, I know what the issue is. We're partially filling up the hydrogen as well in these storage things. Because there's no extra hydrogen accumulating, these loops are never filling up. So the hydrogen isn't effectively being replaced, so this isn't running properly. So in that case, I fit that in the back. Ooh, are we gonna be able to do that? I don't think we are. How annoying. See, now I'm triggered that we can't just drag belts at the higher level over here. That would make things easy. I mean, what if I just grab a load of hydrogen from here? It'd have to be enough hydrogen to fill this whole thing. That would probably be very time consuming. Right, let's manually fill this just quickly, just to see if that is actually going to solve anything. Oh. Yeah, we can't really fill this much more quickly than this. Yeah, that's not really gonna work. We can't just put it all in here quickly. Yeah, I don't think they want you to do this. You wish playing Souls games could be stated in your resume. Oh, that's funny. In my case, it'd be like, confused man fails to click user interface. Whatever. Yeah, we need to actually load these up with more hydrogen. Otherwise, these aren't going to run, obviously. Because it's pulling out of both of these, so I need another input over here. So, is there any way that I can do this here? I think I may have tried to squeeze too much stuff in this one area. You know, maybe we just get rid of this thing. I'm not sure what the function of that circulation bit actually is, so let's just remove it. So that's where we're pulling the deuterium from. Let's actually... Okay, that's where the deuterium is dumping. Those ones. So we need to keep those dumping in here. And then in terms of the ones that are actually pulling, what I should do is, instead of having it be pulling from this one here, I should have it be pulling just from these end ones. Like, we'll get this in a minute. So, bear with me. This one can go up here. And then that can connect on... This is going to get really ugly. And then this one can go here. Then that can connect like this. But I need to actually grab this. Grab the rest of that material. Put that in here. So the issue is, all the deuterium is flowing into this one here. I wanted to split some of it like here, although maybe I don't even need to. So what should be happening is, yeah, so what is happening is some of the deuterium is accumulating here, some of it's accumulating here, and then it's just skipping these entirely until these fill up. So perhaps what I do is I actually reduce the storage on these. Let's do this quickly while this is running. Then... do that for now. So then these should fill up, and then these should start to fill up. And then we can start pulling from those. Still haven't found a vacillator in your Oni save yet? RIP. I mean, if I dismantle the storage tank, all the deuterium is going to go on the ground. I think we may need to upgrade these belts. Bring through here. Let's do that. Let's grab some good belts, because we did stockpile some of those, and I think that's what we're going to use them for. So let's upgrade just these. And then that material should start flowing a bit quicker. So now this should be filling really quickly. And then once this fills, these ones will back up. But I'm just going to deconstruct these because it amuses me. There we go. Look at all the deuterium swimming around on the floor. Isn't that pretty? And then we can just start dumping that into here. I'm beginning to think this might have been a bad idea. Grab all of this as well. This might take a while. So, it looks like the dumping speed is about 100 a second. It's definitely faster than the belt. It's going to take bloody ages. Especially because we can only collect up a few of these at a time. God, this is going to take an absolute age. I'm beginning to regret this decision. We made so much of this. This fills the inventory really quickly, and then it's just really slow to get rid of it. We've probably got another 3 minutes left of this. And what I'm trying to do is I'm just trying to fill up a nice big buffer in each of these tanks so that we can just pull from them for these machines. Because otherwise we're not going to have all the input slots. Because there's not enough room to maneuver the belts around. Man, it's getting warm in this room again. Also, I have some very sad news. One of the Platties died. It's not the one that Neo renamed. That one's safe. One of the other big females. It looks like they had something wrong with their stomach. Like they suddenly ended up with a very concave belly. And they were hiding underneath the driftwood a lot. I only noticed it yesterday. No. It was they didn't have like a large belly. They had it like it was like going in, which was unusual. Maybe it got like twisted somehow. It didn't look like it was very comfortable. But there's lots of little babies swimming around the tank at the moment, so hopefully they get repopulated. Yeah, the usual lifespan is about 3 or 4 years for Platties. And when we got that one, it was quite big, and and I've had the fish for 1.5 years. So it is still an early death, but it's not so early. I'm worried. The rest of the fish will fly. I mean, sometimes they just like to hide under the driftwood for a nap, but this one was just like hanging around on the floor, like even when it wasn't underneath anything to shield itself from the light. So that was a fairly clear sign that something was wrong. Right. We're getting there slowly. I think the actual answer is we should have had some splitters handling the deuterium going into these tanks. But if we have a big enough buffer, I don't think this will be an issue. But we may be wrong. Yeah, still haven't seen any baby Zebradanios. I think any eggs they lay get eaten really quickly. They're not protected. When you want to breed Zebradanios, what you want to do is you want to put marbles in the bottom of the tank, and then the eggs fall in the gaps between the marbles, and the fish can't get to them, and then they hatch, and it's all good. And then the Hillstream loaches. I haven't seen them I haven't seen them caught each other. They do fight each other occasionally over territory, but their mouths are so small they can't do any damage to each other. So they don't really have any problems with that. I haven't really seen them breeding yet. Whiskers obviously can't breed because A, she's the only fish in the tank of her kind, and B, weather loaches are very difficult to breed in general. You have to simulate like a monsoon condition, so you have to lower the water level in the tank and then gradually raise it up. And they need a lot of space. Okay, there we go. Almost done. There's the rest of these. Right, so there's the rest of the deuterium. Let's grab our stuff again. The machines have brought us too much stuff. There we go. Right, so deuterium is filled in these tanks. It's also coming out of this tank, which is fine, because that's got one going straight into that. So these three should stay running, and then we just need to plug more hydrogen into the back of these, which we can do over time. These. Those are overfilling on the... It looks like those are overfilling on the graphene. Wow, we've almost filled up these giant containers with graphene. That's quite funny. How much graphene are we producing from these? We're producing 60 each. So that's a full belt. I'm surprised that's actually stalling on the graphene. That one is stalling on the graphene. Oh, no, that makes sense. I think this is fine. I think what I need to do is I need to have a splitter on here. Or perhaps what I need to do is instead of sending it over there, I need to separate these. And then we need to bring this over. And don't dismantle it. So, come back there. And then I need you to come over here. Okay, that works. I'll lower that by one? Yes, I can. I'll lower it again? Yes. Okay, what about another time? No. Okay. That's okay. So then what I can do is bring it down like this? No. Bring it down like this. Okay. So that's going to start filling this with extra hydrogen so that eventually the loop fills up. And then we just need to do the same over here. Okay. And it'll take a while to spin up, but it should work. So then we can just send that back over here. Lower that. Now, why doesn't that plug in there? Oh, it's another curvature of the Earth thing, isn't it? I can build that belt this way, but I can't build this belt that way. Hold on. Oh wait, it'll let me send this straight into the splitter. That's what I want. Why am I doing it like this? This should just go into the splitter. There we go. Easy peasy. That's what we wanted the whole time. And then it's still prioritizing that, so it should be okay. And then this will slowly actually fill with hydrogen. And then this should run at full speed. Okay, I think we can stop fiddling around with this for now. I mean, it's going to fill quite slowly, because this is only generating 60 hydrogen per minute to fill this belt up, but it doesn't matter. It's just a little bit of extra to just eventually fill this. Right, so we have the strange matter. We have the Graviton Lenses. Now we just need the plane filters. We have the titanium glass. The next thing we need is the Casimir Crystals. To make those, we need graphene, we need hydrogen, we need very large amounts of hydrogen, and we need titanium crystals. So let's go back to the Mediterranean planet. Lean Dion. There we go. So this is where we're making the titanium crystals. We're probably pulling graphene here as well, because we have a lot of graphene that we want to get rid of. And then the hydrogen is to come here as well. Perhaps we should just export the titanium crystals. See how many we're making. I think we just have a... We probably just have a production line somewhere where it's ending. I think we made these in advance. Right, so here's one lot of titanium crystals. So that lot is going out here for the research. Then we have another lot here, which isn't actually hooked up to anything. Okay, so this looks like the titanium crystal production for these things. Yeah, we've got 16 assembly machines full of these, so it's 180 titanium crystals. Next, let's see. Graphene is coming in here. We'll increase the demand threshold on this. Hello? Are we not actually producing any more graphene? Oops. See. One over here. That one is grabbing hydrogen. I feel like what we should be doing is we should be sending the titanium crystals to another planet, to the ice planet where we're refining all the fire ice. Drop the fire ice off there. I mean, Well, no, we've got all the fire ice from the... We've got all the fire ice from the ice giant. So let's just send this here. So, set this to fire ice. Remote demand. And let's fill this. Okay. So now we're grabbing all the fire ice from there. And the thing is, we're going to be generating a vast amount of fire ice. So we should refine it all on this planet, I think. So that's all going to come in here. Now, hydrogen. The Casimir Crystals require 10 hydrogen each. Let's see. No, they require 12 hydrogen. So we're trying to make 180 Casimir Crystals per minute. So that's going to take 2,160 hydrogen per minute, which is 6 yellow belts. So if we're getting that from the fire ice, we have about 1,800 fire ice at the moment. So that'll produce about 1,800 hydrogen. So it seems like we need another few orbital collectors. And then we just need to make an absolute butt ton of chemical plants. So 2,160 hydrogen is going to be... I'm just doing this in my head at the moment, don't mind me. Where's the button? Oh right, there is no button here. We need to go to the chemical plant. Let's build one quickly. So we want graphene advanced. Oh no, it's only producing 1 hydrogen from 2 fire ice. So we're gonna need way more orbital collectors. Okay, let's just make those and we'll get this Casimir production set up next time, I think. Yeah, okay, so how many more of these can we make? None. Okay, steel, come out here. Then we need supermagnetic rings and crystals. Yeah, let's go grab all the stuff for this and make some more orbital collectors, because I think we're going to need them. Let's get that done today, and then we'll do the big push on Casimir Crystals tomorrow. But at least we do have some space walkers. Supermagnetic rings, where are you? You are here somewhere. There you go. So let us make... We need these. We need the titanium alloy for that, don't we? Which we have here. So let's put that in. Actually put a few more of these things away at the moment. Then we just want to grab some turbines. Put the hydrogen back in here. Oh, we have a load of turbines over in the particle collector bit. Particle container bit. Oh well, we'll just grab these. That's fine. And then... yeah, we can make another 2 here. Then we need more particle containers. So we do need to go back and get more particle containers. Okay. Let's go do that. And I'm just going to keep making more orbital collectors probably until the end of the stream, because we're going to need as much hydrogen as we can get. Take us a while to build all these things. And then we can keep an eye on this and see if these get up to speed. I imagine it'll take quite a while. And to be honest, we may even fill up the deuterium storage first. It's possible. Because we're not burning it to make the green science at the moment. I should probably just get them to keep making the Graviton Lenses, and then we'll turn them into green science once we get the plane filter production online. Particle containers. They are here. As are the turbines. So let's grab those. And we can make another 2. Then we need more titanium alloy, which we have here. And we need more titanium plate, which we have here. I'll make another one. So I'm going to keep going for another 15 minutes. So I don't want to queue up more than 15 minutes worth of these things. Need more accumulators as well. So let's go grab those from the desert planet. Space. Yeah, I remember Casimir Crystals being a big pain when I was doing this off stream. But if we build enough orbital collectors, we should end up with a good amount of hydrogen. This should give us a lot of excess hydrogen as well, just from the ice giant. But we will want to process some of the fire ice at least, just to get some graphene. We need a little bit of graphene as well. But the graphene really does just seem to be a waste product. Like, what do we even spend it on? I guess we just turn it into nanotubes. I imagine eventually once we start launching loads of rockets and they require a lot of nanotubes, we'll consume all the graphene that way. Right, let's see. We need thing. Accumulators. I believe we made those over here, yes. We have plenty of charged accumulators over here with the energy exchanger. So then I need more titanium alloy again. Importing that here. We are. So let's see. These can go in here. Pick this out here. Now I've got a stack of 2000 alloy in here. That's not exactly what I wanted. I'm sure we'll use that. Pick another 3 of those. Then we just need more turbines again. Probably going to take a while for this place to make more turbines. There's another one. Well, that'll probably be enough for that. Looks like I've still littered some. Yeah, this hydrogen belt is starting to get more full. Which is a good sign, because this is the belt that we want to run continuously. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, yeah. That's where it all comes back and merges into here. How's the deuterium looking? Loads of deuterium now. I'm gonna go set the strange matter thing just to keep making Graviton lenses. I can just go like that because we'll use those eventually. I just wanted to make a couple of space warpers. Wow, this really hasn't been making them quickly. It's made 8 space warpers since we left. Oh, I guess because most of the Graviton lenses are being moved into here, it's just occasionally grabbing them when a big batch comes like this. I guess that makes sense. Oh, we don't want too many. We just want 1 stack. In fact, let's actually move this. Because we'll eventually want to take those off there. Then you can just do that. Too close. Nice. There you go, no belt needed. Then just don't know. That. Please do not fill the whole container with space warpers, that would not be ideal. I guess we'll put a logistics distributor on that. Is there a slot in here I want to get rid of? Not really. Well, I guess we don't need that. Whatever. So what else can we do for another 8 minutes while we're making all these orbital collectors?
Imagine that.
Hey, Travel Queen. How's it going? Hope Oni was treating you well. We're back at Dyson Sphere Program, and today we made a few things. We made some particle colliders. So we're making strange matter with these. We built a massive array of fractionators that are turning hydrogen into deuterium, the nuclear fuel. And this is a block of 250 fractionators that is running literally half the length of the planet, or half the circumference of the planet. So that's kind of trippy. And then we're just trying to fill these loops up with hydrogen so that these fractionators run continuously. Because what we're doing is these should run off one belt. But what we're doing is we're filling it up with a little bit of extra hydrogen from these chemical plants. Just to make sure the belts are full, and then these tanks start filling. And then these will convert the hydrogen to the deuterium at the full rate. And I'm pretty confident this will work. Cooling stuff is complicated. You have a cat in your lap. Yeah, well, I can imagine having a cat in your lap wouldn't help you cool yourself. Like, we've been trying to cool the fish tank because it's been a bit hotter again, so I've taken the lid off and I've got the fan on from the fish tank. And that's going alright. Yeah, nuclear fuel in here. That's coming out of these particle colliders, and then we're ending up with strange matter. We're sticking the strange matter inside of diamonds to make graviton lenses, and then we can turn the lenses into space warpers, and then we can actually travel in space. We can go to other star systems, and we've already done that. We went to go have a look at the black hole system, so that was pretty cool. But the ultimate aim is to make green science, which requires combining these graviton lenses with plane filters. And plane filters require Casimir crystals, which require an absurd amount of hydrogen, like way more than we're generating at the moment. So the plan is, we have a gas giant here, or an ice giant here, that we're harvesting hydrogen from. We're also harvesting fire ice from it, and we're going to make a load of chemical plants that turn the fire ice into hydrogen and more graphene. And at the moment, the graphene is a waste product, but eventually we're going to use it to make carbon nanotubes and frame material for the Dyson Spheres. So it'll be good to have all that production online. But I'm currently waiting to make all of the orbital stations. I don't really want to quite go over there yet. So I'm not really sure what to do for the next 5 minutes, because I'm going to go fairly soon. Here's our broadband factory we make on the internet. I guess what I'll do... I guess we'll just head over there now. Talk about fish, I guess. Yeah, we can have some fish time. It's always fish time here. But yeah. I mean, we've not done badly. We've increased the amount of orbital collectors we have from 6 to 18 is the aim. So we've tripled our off-world hydrogen production. And I guess we're going to put all these chemical plants on the Mediterranean world, because that's where the titanium glass is. And we're importing all the stuff from the gas giant anyways, so it feels like that makes sense. Yeah, here's some more of the orbital collectors we have. You can only stick them on the equator. You can't just cover the whole gas giant in orbital collectors for some reason. There's the planet. This game is very pretty. The only issue I have with this game is that most of the good screenshots I get are at nighttime, so we end up with very dark YouTube thumbnails. Yeah. That's not the right place. There you go. Yeah, no news from the devs about when the combat mode is coming out, which I'm looking forward to. This game is very near release, to be honest. So I'm looking forward to all that stuff. Yeah, build this. So, as I said before, these generate about 80 hydrogen per minute each, and about 200 fire ice per minute each. And the fire ice we can convert into 1 part hydrogen and 2 parts graphene. So that'll be about 100 hydrogen per minute from fire ice. So overall, if we're actually processing all of this, we should get about 180 hydrogen per minute from these. And we need 2,160 hydrogen per minute for all the Casimir crystals we need to make. And we're already using some of the hydrogen from these on the deuterium. So I reckon once we've made these 3, we should have enough to do all of that with. But yeah, the chemical plants turn 2 fire ice over 2 seconds into 1 hydrogen. So each chemical plant produces 30 hydrogen. We're going to need 72 chemical plants to handle all the fire ice. And that's going to produce 4,320 graphene per minute, which is going to fill any storage we have pretty quickly. It may honestly get to the point where we just burn the graphene. It is technically a fuel. It is a very bad fuel, but I don't want to stop. I don't want to. I don't want the production line to choke because we're storing too much graphene, and the fire ice is free anyways because the gas giant will never run out. So I'm thinking that's what we do: is we set up a thermal plant and we burn the excess. Or something. Yeah, one left. And then we'll go have a quick look at the Mediterranean planet and we'll see where on Earth we can put all of these chemical plants. Because 72 is a huge amount of chemical plants. And that planet's full of water, and we're doing a challenge where we can't build foundations to cover up the water. So but I don't think it makes sense to do it anywhere else because like the planet is literally orbiting this gas giant, so that's gonna make the transport of this material a lot easier. All these hydrogen fuel rods that we don't really need. Here we go. Build that, and then let's go have a quick look. The home planet. Around here somewhere. There it is. So, let's see. We have an ILS here that we are currently... Oh no, this one's already being used. Where's the one that we actually want to use? Is this one. So this one has fire ice in it. We need a space that has room for these chemical plants. We haven't already built in. It's going to be challenging because in terms of equatorial space, most of this is spent on oil refining at the moment. This, for reference, is 18 chemical plants. So we need 4 of these in one block without building any foundations. Doesn't seem very likely. Maybe over here. This could work. Oh, right where we landed. Okay, that's convenient. So let's see. This bit would constrain where we put them. So how many of these can we have? Let's see. 8 fit comfortably. We need to have like an 8x9 arrangement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's not a fit. That's enough for 48. We probably have room for another 24 down here. This is going to get really messy. But I think we could do this, so let's see. I mean, lack of item. We have belts. Let's see. This oil can go this way. And then we'll disconnect this. Yeah, that's... I don't really care about the oil. Then that belt can go over here. Like this. So that gives us a bit more room. So let's see. We fit 8 chemical plants here. Each of those will... Let's see. Let's do the maths again. It's not really very neat when it comes to belts. We probably want to use green belts if we were going to do it like this. Perhaps what we do is instead of having 8s, we have 6s. Then each one of those gets a yellow belt and we just have 12 of these. I think that works. So we'll just find space for 12 of these. It's not quite right. Oh, we're gonna get some shenanigans because of the curvature of the planet going on, aren't we? God damn it. Well, let's start building them from the equator-ish and then think about that. There's the equator. What I'll do is I'll extend these rows out so the spacing is the same. Because the total amount of space isn't the issue. The issue is the... I mean, at the moment the issue is the lack of chemical. Let's make some more of these. Stone we have. Circuit boards we have. I just keep making more of these. Go. Stone. $48. That'll do. So these are all going to be set to... We'll make some massive columns of graphene storage as well. And then eventually we'll start burning it. So we need 3 more of these. Let's see. Here you go. So this oil can move this way. And then that can go over here. Now, how many can we fit down here? So we can fit another 24 here, but it's not going to be neat rows. I think we'll have to cope with that. I've been lurking. How goes the build so far? It's going alright. I think we're getting strange matter done. We went to a black hole just to say hi. And we're currently building chemical plants so we can turn all the fire ice from our ice giant into hydrogen as well. Yeah, they're all copied across. So that's 48. And then where are we going to put the other 24? We can put them down here. Yeah, okay. This is going to get very messy with belts. And then eventually we'll put the Casimir Crystals somewhere as well. Let's see. Lack of item. I doubt that. Oh, come on. Replace these. But let's see. I prefer to do 4 lots of 6 if we can. We'll space these ones out again to match. Because otherwise it's going to wind me up. One, two, three. Right, there we go. So that is 72 chemical plants for graphene and hydrogen. And I think that's where we're going to wrap it up, because I am not bothering with all of these today. I'm going to get to bed. But we'll queue them up and we'll save the game here just so that we remember this is what we need to do. And then, I reckon, provided we can get these up and running with the Casimir Crystals, we should actually start producing green science next stream. Because we have the strange matter, we have the Graviton Lenses. We just need the plane filters. Now, is there absolutely no way I can change this? I kind of want to change this so that we just have one belt going to each of these as well. I think that is what we'll do. I think what I'll do is I'll actually... I mean, again, the reason we're doing it like this is because we're trying to do the foundationless challenge. So I think what we'll do is we'll actually move these belts. Stick these here. So let's see. Let's actually... What is all this stuff? Hydrogen, ironically, and graphite. We'll go find somewhere to put all of that. But we'll send these belts over this way. Actually, maybe we'll just raise them up. That's what we'll do. We'll just raise them up. Just raise them up one level. Then bring them back down over here. Oh, then that hydrogen one doesn't fit. Bollocks. Well, we're gonna do a pro gamer move. Blimey. spaghetti. There we go, and then where are we going to stick all of this hydrogen graphene? I mean, the actual algebra is in here. Let's temporarily do that. Because I don't really want to delete this. That's done. Shove that in here. Then grab these again. Before all the fidget spinners continue delivering stuff to us. Yep. There we go. Right. On that bombshell, we're going to leave it here, and then next Tuesday we're going to connect up all of this to produce extra hydrogen. Then we're going to make our Casimir Crystal production line somewhere. The last spit of available land we have. Wherever that is. Probably over here. And then maybe over here. And then we'll send those somewhere. But man, we're really torturing ourselves trying to use all the space in this Mediterranean planet for a change. But I think it just makes sense, because like the hydrogen is literally coming from the gas giant we're orbiting, so like, whatever. Yeah, I'll save it here, and then I'll remember something involving large amounts of fire ice. Yeah, I think we achieved some of our aims today. But on that note, I'm going to go close it out. Bear with me. Thank you for coming to hang out, as usual. It's nice to have the company, especially while I'm playing Dyson Sphere Program. I really enjoy this game a lot. It's my go-to offline game when I'm not streaming. There's a lot to do that I haven't really gotten around to doing yet, and the end game stuff. We have built a Dyson Sphere offline, but there's a lot of stuff to do. And yeah, we'll come back to this on Tuesday, and Oni will return on Wednesday. No, not Wednesday, Thursday. Wednesday I'm off. Yes. If you like what you see, feel free to give it a follow. I usually stream 7:30 to 10:30 British time. If you miss a stream, it will be on the YouTube channel. Hold on. What's happened to my computer? Frozen. There we go. If you if you miss a stream, feel free to check out the YouTube channel where you'll find all the VODs, all the games. And yeah. There's also Discord where we hang out and post builds and stuff. Yeah, on that note, I'm really tired. I can see at least one clip. So I think someone did clip me when I told them not to clip me earlier, so thanks for that. And we'll go raid someone. Let's see who's playing Dyson Sphere Program. Dragonets. Right. I'm actually going to go raid Dragoness this time, and I'm going to spell their name right so we don't raid an empty room. It has an underscore. So they're playing Dyson Sphere Program as well. I wonder how far they've gotten today. I think they've gotten a bit further. Looks like they're still on yellow science. Yeah, let's go see what they're doing. We're gonna go raid them in like 5 seconds. So if you have any fish, feel free to share them. Otherwise, I'll see you on Thursday. Bye for now.